What up, guys? Back with another YouTube video. It's just really about reps. And it's just very important that you guys get your reps in every single day and just stay consistent. Because as you guys stay consistent, the more you learn and the more you develop the routine and what to do this, and you start looking and you start seeing your errors and you start to improve on them. And then you start seeing stuff very differently. It's like the most important thing. That's just like what 99% of people don't do. Just showing up every single day. Not every single day, but at least 4 to 5, 6 times a week. You have to be consistent in order to see progress. Just like, if you ever played sports, your coaches will always say, get reps in, because as you continue to get reps in, your flow is way better. You're just way more strategic on your stuff. When I first started off trading, I would see these gurus online. They would say, you have to work 14 hours, you have to work 10 hours a day, or you're not going to be successful at trading. That is the most stupidest thing I ever heard. And that was holding me back somewhat from not taking action. These gurus saying you have to work 14-hour days, and I work 14-hour days, and if you're not doing that, you're not going to be successful. Yada yada. They're just saying some bullshit. If you're working 10 hours a day every single day with trading, you're going to burn out immediately within 2 weeks, and then you're going to want to quit. In the all scheme of things, you have to stay in it long term. It's a long term vision. It's a long term game. It's not you can't get burnout. You have to find your perfect time window where you can do however many hours of work, and you stick to that and you stay consistent with it. Like when I started off, I would start off with 2 hours a day, only 2 times a week, and then I would just continue to build on that. You start to build a tolerance with it. That next week going on, the second week, you can build up to 4 days a week, 3 hours a day. You get just what I'm saying. Basically, just progressive overloading, like the gym. Like I go on bench press. I'm benching 225 for 5 reps. Okay, next week when I go into the gym, I add 230 and do it for 4 reps. I'm adding 4 pounds. I'm taking a rep off, or you can do vice versa. Basically, just if you're getting, because that was my headspace. Like these gurus saying work 10-hour days. And that was scaring me. I thought I have that work ability in me, so I didn't take action. But obviously, you can start off easy, and then you just work your way up. Like right now, I do 2 to 3 hours, 5 days a week, and I'm not getting burnt out from that. It's perfect for once. Let me go into a 10-hour day. Like if you're going into a 10-hour day, and you're not going to be disciplined with your work. You're going to take setups that's not aligning with your strategy and your system. You're not going to be listening to your calm loops as well compared to a 2 to 3 hour day. You're going to be a lot more pure on the 2 to 3 hour day because you're going to be following your rules. You're just going to be way more disciplined and your head's going to be way more clear. Sum it all up. Just start off small. Don't get intimidated by the work that they say you need to get put in. You build a tolerance until you work up to that level. Obviously, 10-hour days are stupid. You don't need to work 10-hour days. Your minimum should be 2 to 3 hours a day, 6 days a week, 5 days a week. It's not crazy. You just keep building on that and staying consistent. Yeah, you just build tolerance with it. Like, when I first started off social media, I was fucking nervous as shit because they were saying you need to post 3 times a day every single day on TikTok. I'm like, bro, I don't have the work ethic to do that. I don't have the ideas, the scheme, and to think about them. But I just started small. I started at 3 days a week. That's so easy. And then the next week, I did 4 days a week. And then now I'm doing 6 days a week easily because I built a tolerance. You just keep building it up. You don't just go straight off. That's how you get burnout. That happens with a lot of people that I've spoken to. They say, I worked 10 hours today or 14 hours on this project, and then they're just not consistent with it. If you do an hour a day for 6 days a week compared to a 10-hour day once a week, that 1 hour day is going to be way more productive than the 10-hour day that you're doing in one day. It just doesn't make sense. You're going to be you're going to gain way more knowledge from doing 1 hour a day for 6 days a week rather than 10-hour days for 1 day a week and then burning out and giving up. It's a long-term game. You just do little by little until you get comfortable, and then you keep building on that, like progressive overloading in the gym. The most important thing with all this about being consistent and building a tolerance and with all that is getting with God. God has changed my mental so much. God has changed my mental so much. Like, I used to be so unconfident with my abilities, and I would always talk negative on myself. I wouldn't believe in myself in certain situations, and that was the thing I struggled with. And now my mindset is completely leveled up. God has completely rewired my brain, and it's absolutely crazy how He can change the way you are and the way you handle situations and the way you think of things. And being alone with Him, and that's another thing. Being alone, you guys have to be alone. You guys have to learn to say no. And the more you're alone, the more you can think deeply on certain situations, and the quicker you act on things. And you start to get in this flow state too, and you just overall just grow a huge connection with God because you're alone and you don't hear any other distractions, you don't hear any other noise, you're not going off other people's impulses that you want to do with your life. You're not having their opinions on it. It's just you and yourself, and God's talking to you, and it's just completely awesome. Start saying no, and being alone more is huge, but a lot of people can't handle being alone and saying no to going out every Friday night, having drinks with their friends, or meet up with friends. You get the gist what I'm saying. And that involves too getting off social media too, being alone, getting time to yourself, and really developing your mindset, what you want to do with your life. Like, if you have very ambitious goals, guys, number one, get with God, put God first in everything that you do, and you can accomplish anything in life. The Bible is literally blueprint to life. I've just finished the Bible, and it's absolutely amazing because I'm going back and I'm reading different scriptures, and I'm plugging at ChatGPT, what does this exactly mean? And I'm learning so much from the Bible, it's like actually insane. So 1, get close with God. 2, be alone way more. You start to elevate in your life, and this is how you achieve your higher power self. Secondly, you have to be consistent. No, don't work fucking 10-hour days. You could work 20 days or 20 minutes, start off with, every 5 days a week, and you won't burn out, and you're going to want to do more, and you're going to want a progressive overload, and you'll build a tolerance. But yeah, those 3 things: God, being alone more, and God, being alone more, and being consistent. Those 3 things, you guys are going to completely elevate your life, and you guys are going to work towards your higher power self. And if you're a very ambitious person, I would take these things and I would write these down. But this is a quick little video for you guys. Stop yapping, and I hope you guys learn from this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. You're probably thinking to yourself, this is another trading influencer. How is he different from the others? Why should I listen to him? Why am I different? 1, because I'm documenting the actual journey and the raw lessons that I go into, and I'm going to be showing you guys the truth and reality of trading. Like, there's a lot of fake gurus out there faking profits and faking their progression, and just a lot of fake stuff. Like, I'm literally starting from 0. I've made 0 trading profits. I'm still testing out this strategy. I'm doing 100 back tests, and once I'm done with that, I'm going to be going to a live market, and I'm going to be showing you guys all the wins and losses that's going into being an actual day trader, or swing trader in my case. So this is why I'm different. And I've been doing this for about 10 months now, and you guys are just going to see the wins and losses and the real reality of it. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. But yeah, just showing the raw reality, and follow along if you want to see me do it, because I believe in myself that I'm going to achieve it, and I'm going to be profitable at the end of this. I don't care if it takes 3, 5 years, whatever. My mindset's at 7 years before anything starts clicking. I may not be profitable right now, but I know in the long run I'm going to be profitable. I'm going to be teaching trading, and I'm going to make it super simple and easy for you guys to understand. And right now I'm in the building phase of making a new strategy and making it super simple, like a 5-year-old could understand this strategy. But I'm in the works of it, testing it out, make sure it's profitable before I hop into live trading with it, because I'm back testing right now. Going to get 100 back tests in before I transfer into live trading. And then once I'm profitable in live trading, I'll hop over to prop firms. Set up right now. I look in the future, want to get a huge monitor, get one of those PC boxes, the colorful ones, and then just make this shit look sick. But I'm not going to be living here forever. Wait, let me flip you guys around. But I'm not going to be living in here forever, so my goal is or one of my rules is I want to do, once I start making trading profits, I'm going to use that money towards a PC instead of me buying it with money that's with my job, because that's cheating. But it is, what's today? The 30th of April, 2026. And today we actually first started posting on Instagram. Just posted one video. Probably do like 3 times a week, and like TikTok 7 times a week, and then over 6 months we're gonna see where we're at, half a year. And about to go to the gym. We are sipping on CBum Champion Mentality. So like they didn't even put a flavor, they just put Champion Mentality. And it's probably just a drink they just messed up on, and then they tasted it and they're like, let's make this a drink. I always think about that when they like make a weird drink. Every energy company, I feel like they just messed up on the ingredients and they realized that they created something new, and then they just brought it out with some random one. But we're hitting chest today, bench, incline dumbbell, and some flies, maybe some push-ups, supersetting with the flies. I wish I was at like more of a low-key gym so I could film, but it's at EOS, like the most populated gym ever. And I don't have a tripod with this camera, unfortunately. But if I had one of my friends here, that'd be dope. If like we went to the gym and started filming, just a little content. But unfortunately, we don't. But let's get to the gym. What up, guys? Going to go work out. We're hitting chest today. Probably do chest, and I probably just chest because we hit arms yesterday. We're supposed to actually hit legs yesterday, but we skipped. But hope you guys like this camera angle because the steering wheel was in the way, but I should just be driving straight. But today for chest, we'll probably do 3 working sets on bench. Probably do 5 reps first set, and then we'll probably do 10 and above on the next 2 sets, or 2 heavy and 1 lot of rep. So like 2 5s and then 1 10 to 12. That's what I'm guessing. There's hella traffic right now. But I've always been so passionate about the gym. Like I love the gym. I love going to the gym, getting a pump, listening to music. It's just like the best thing ever. You get your mind off whatever you want of the day. Just overall awesome. I love the gym. It's so addicting, especially when you chase that pump. But I think about like hopping on some peptides or SARMs. I have hopped on MK and the peptide IGF-1 just boost your growth hormone. Didn't really do much for me. Talk about trading. So we are backtesting. I'm sure you guys are updated with the thing I'm doing 100 backtest trades. I finally found this strategy, like finally a pretty good strategy, a strategy that's easy, that's a strategy that's profitable, I think. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be profitable by the end of these 10 or 100 trades. But it's going pretty well. I think I'm on trade 35. I do 3 to 4 trades every single day, or not every single day, Monday through Friday, and Sunday is just my review day, and Friday. And the strategy is super simple. 5-year-old can understand the strategy. We did live trade before, but I stopped because the strategy I was using, just everything. I had market analysis, that's just our Prowls analysis, whatever the thing's called. And I was just like all over the place. It was just everything was just off. So then I took a step back from live trading, and I just went into back testing. And these past months, I've been working like 2-3 months, just working on my strategy. Just chilling out in a live trading, just stick to back testing and just really reviewing the market and watching the market, how it moves, yada yada yada. And now I'm at a pretty confident place where I am, forming a good strategy, and the strategy makes a lot of sense. But yeah, we should be done with it soon, within the next month, like 3 weeks, 2 weeks actually, or a month. It could be. I don't know. How some of these gurus just post content and don't have any claims to back it up or fake their profits just to make money from you guys. But I'm not going to be like that. It's going to be raw and real reality. Just the real shit. Real, raw dog and shit. And stay tuned, guys, because shit's going to get crazy. But yeah, once I'm probably, once I'm consistently profitable for like 2-3 months, probably 3 months, I'm gonna scale into or hop into prop firms, and those are really challenging, I heard. So we're gonna explore some of those, because that's like where the real bread comes from. And then once I make profits from those, I'm just gonna stack half of it or quarter of it in my live account, and then just keep scaling from there. It's going to be a hell of a journey, guys. From broke to profitable. But yeah, from broke to profitable. Not completely broke, but you know, I could buy a cheap car right now if I really wanted with my, you know, because I'm working a job right now. I'm a beach attendant. And, you know, just other assets that I stack my money in once I get my paycheck. We're not spending crazy amounts of money stupidly. We're just stacking up bread and saving a lot because I'm in a good opportunity right now. You know, I don't have to pay. Thankfully, I'm very grateful that I don't have to pay for, you know, housing, my car payment, my phone bill, etc. Just all that. I completely live for free. Yeah, I'm very grateful for that, for the cards I got dealt with. And we're just gonna, you know, thug it out for now. I work 3 days a week. I'm a beach attendant, and I work probably 11 to 13 hour shifts. It's crazy. But we're gonna go smash chest, get a sick ass chest pump. You know, I know I'm for sure gonna be profitable. I'm gonna be driving all my goal cars here soon. Just don't know exact the timeline. I'm not really too worried on that. I'm just really worried about, you know, doing my inputs daily, which I know I'm very confident in. I'm gonna do them daily. And you guys should focus that on what I feel like a lot of people just focus on their goals, what they want to achieve, and how they're gonna, or not how they're not how they're gonna do it. They don't focus on the process. You need to focus on the process of how you're gonna do it. You know, I could say, oh, I'm gonna be a billionaire, or I'm gonna be 100 millionaire, I'm gonna make 9 figures a year, yada yada yada, whatever this is. But what's more important than that is actually building a system around that, getting deeper into the concept, not just saying I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. You have to build a system around what's gonna get you there, what's gonna, you know, excel you, what's the daily habits you're gonna do in order to be where that goal you want, what you have to do daily, instead of, you know, saying I'm gonna do this but not having a, you know, strategy behind it and your daily habits behind it. But we're gonna hit this workout, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bro, nobody talks about how much your bench drops after you just not taking the gym serious and just going off your diet. I literally used to rep 260, now I can barely rep 185 for 3 or 4. It's ridiculous. I'm onto a plate right now. I'm trying to get like 50. I'm actually gotten so embarrassing. I tried to get 215 for 2, and I hardly got it for 1. I don't think I could bench 2 plates. Actually, cold.